Hello and welcome back to my channel Kiss by Starlight. I wanted to share a few messages today, just really a message from your soul. What would your soul like you to know today? So we're just going to ask, what messages would your soul like you to know today? And we're going to have some help from the beautiful dragons who would like to come in and spread some messages for you and assist with any clearing or anything that would like to come into the reading. So straight away I'm getting that really you've been weathering some really difficult moments recently, and it's felt really stormy, really dark at times, and you've had to really source the light, really, the light within you, the light literally from source, you know, from the angels, your guardians, your dragons, maybe those beings of light, maybe even around you in your surroundings, in nature, with the animals. I'm getting the birds have really been a source of comfort for you, a real connection that's enabled you to really anchor yourself and find some solid ground, some stability in the middle of all of this. I don't really want to say chaos, but it is kind of an unsettled energy, a restlessness. Maybe there's been situations around you that have been difficult. Maybe it's been others around you and it's been difficult to hear others. Perhaps it's been difficult to connect with others, with their messages, with their light, with their wisdom that they've been attempting to bring to you. But the shadow of that has been there, you know, the echo of that has been there. There has been some connection, there has been some lifeline, there has been some kind of almost like reminiscent energy that you've been able to help remind you of who you are, something to stabilize you along the way. And you're being called now to share with others, and I keep getting these readings coming through that you're being asked to really take the time to channel those messages, that light, those really those answers, those solutions, those helpful anchor points that you've been able to find, though the experience of your journey that you can pass on to others, that you can help others with. You're being asked to lead others, and whether that means to literally bring a group together, to bring people together, or to share similar messages of light, you're one beautiful being of light that has been literally placed exactly where you're meant to be, to pass on your messages, to pass on what is needed to be heard within your community, within your circle of friends, within your loved ones, whoever it is. It could be strangers on the street that you pass by and have what seems like a random conversation with, but you're really being asked to link into the points of light and the other points of light around you, to bring people together, to bring messages together, to be another point of light on the planet, a place of stability, a place of clarity, even through the confusion. And there is confusion and chaos going on, you know, globally at the moment as well. It's not even just within our own personal situations. Perhaps it's perhaps just on a wider scale in the collective situation. And it could be that what you're feeling and what you're going through has been an echo of that, and that you're being asked to clear and transmute and alchemize that energy and really stand in what you know to be truth, what you know to be love, what you know to be light, and allow that to really come through you as a beacon for yourself, for others, to move forwards, to bring clarity, to bring a sense of connection, which shines in the end much brighter than any of the mist and fog and storms around you or around others. that light literally cuts through all of that darkness, all of that confusion. It literally slices through it and brings extreme love, extreme, really those highest aspects of source that would like to come through now to help alchemize, to help transmute, and to help bring a path forwards, a way forwards through whatever is going on, and whether it's in your situation or in the situation around you. And it will be different for everybody, because everybody is going through different things, and this is a general reading, which means it may or may not resonate for you, and it will apply to whatever it is personally that you've been going through, whatever you feel that could be right now, right here. And we have got this message of playfulness come through, this beautiful card where we see two young people smiling and laughing and sharing tea and cake and messages and light, and there's really a lovely energy. And even though the situation isn't completed, it isn't sort of all brought together and tied up in a pretty package, you know, there are still things going on around them. There is still uncertainty. There is still this sense of not quite knowing what's next to come. There are still little cracks that need to be filled, or situations that are sort of in progress or in process, whichever one resonates for you. But here we see them just being very present in this moment, allowing themselves to laugh, to share companionship with animal beings, which again, we had the animal kingdom feature earlier. The birds came in, connecting and reconnecting with those parts of you that would like to experience joy, with those parts of you that would like to experience playfulness and connection. And again, this could be referring to the connections or the friendships or the companions that maybe have felt a little bit distant in your life right now, that maybe it's not quite worked to come together and join together. Maybe now is that moment to call your friend and ask to meet, or to go for a tea, or to do something that brings inspiration, that brings happiness to you in this moment right now, to enable you to move forwards, perhaps move forwards into a new beginning, perhaps to let this uncertainty, this confusion, this difficult situation to dissipate, to leave it. And you see this person coming out of the clouds, and there's this celebration going on, almost like a yes, you made it, you know, finally you're coming into the sort of brighter days, the clearer skies, the ability to see more clearly, to navigate your way more clearly, to find your way out of whatever's been troubling you, whatever has felt uncertain. And there's almost like this huge layer of support that's been behind you. Perhaps you haven't noticed it, seen it, felt it, or perhaps you've had an idea of it. Perhaps you've been calling out to your star family, to your soul family, to your loved ones, to your angels, to your dragons, maybe for help. Perhaps you've been calling and asking, and it's required a huge amount of belief, of trust, of really allowing yourself to see through all of this that's been going on to something higher, to that higher perspective that's wanted to come in, those messages of light that have been available to you. Even if you haven't been able to see them, they've been there. And it's required a huge amount of belief, and it does require a huge amount of belief. You know, I always tell my students when I'm teaching angelic Reiki, I always say to them, you know, we always say seeing is believing. You know, in our society, it's a very well coined phrase, but actually believing is seeing. It takes the belief, that suspending disbelief, that moment of standing in pure belief, that allows you to then see the support, to see whatever it is that you had to really have a lot of faith in before you were able to see it. Now that you've had that faith, now that you're now that you're having that faith, you are able to really see that support, to really feel that support, and to sense that those beings of light, that source energy, that light we were talking about earlier, coming through and dissipating the clouds, breaking through anything that's been tricky, is able to reach you then, is able to communicate with you, is able to help you feel and see more clearly what's been wanting to come through for you, and to leave anything behind that is clouding this, or that is creating the confusion, creating the uncertainty. So we're really being asked to come forwards into this new beginning, this next stage of the journey. And I'm just going to bring through a couple of messages from these beautiful beings of light. And we've got the beautiful green dragon, this green dragon coming through now, helping you tune in to the secrets of nature, receive answers and guidance from nature, align with your divine essence. Maybe you are able to feel and see and receive more clearly when you are in nature, when you're with the beautiful tree beings, with the birds that we talked about earlier, with those incredible surroundings that fill us with joy, that fill us with light, that fill us with happiness and companionship. You know, there are such beautiful divine beings within nature, whether in the animal kingdom, whether with the trees, the plants, the fairies, the dragons, you know, those beautiful beings of light that we can tune into in nature and allow to come in and help us. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. And these dragons that are coming forward are giving us keys, are giving us messages, allowing us to unlock something, the next stage, allowing us to move into whatever is coming next for us, allowing us to take that leap. And really, like with the birds, you know, that we were mentioning earlier, you know, they're so able to fly high and above and out of whatever is difficult and dense, into that beautiful clarity, into the sky, into the heavens, into those spaces that are filled with light, filled with hope, filled with literally the sun, you know, that light that wants to come through. So as we connect with these beings, as we allow them to breathe their beautiful cleansing fire of, you know, energetically, of light, of hope, of clarity, of wisdom, we can rise above whatever's been troubling us and rise into a space of deepening our connection, deepening our wisdom, deepening our knowing, deepening our seeing and our believing and our understanding of everything that is greater than us, everything that is above these earthly matters, above these situations, that can help us to transcend whatever it is, whether it's emotions, whether it's thoughts, whether it's feelings that have been difficult to navigate, difficult to step through. And I'm just going to bring through finally a message from the Pegasus today, the beautiful Pegasus, to ask, what would you like us to know today, to finish this reading on. And we've got Pegasus of the eclipse, which is just incredible, because again, it's this pure energy of moving through whatever's been going on. This eclipse energy that brings with it, you know, transformation, that brings with it new beginnings, new hope, new situations, and it breaks away the old, it breaks away anything that we no longer need, anything that we're ready to let go of as we move out of the eclipse into the new, into this light. And you see the light coming forwards and really filling us with that beautiful energy of hope, of clarity, of moving forwards. And so really, those are the messages for today. So if you're feeling like it's a difficult day, or you've been feeling like you're going through a difficult time, perhaps today is the day to reconnect with nature, to reconnect with loved ones, to reconnect with those parts of your soul that are ready to be shown to you, that are ready to help you move into this joy, this playfulness, this companionship that will enable you to move out of whatever's been difficult and into the next chapter, the next stage of your journey. So thank you so much for being here with me today. I do hope these messages are helpful and healing. I'm sending you love and light and joy in your day today going forwards. And if you enjoyed this reading, I would love to see you in the next one. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for being here.